Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to be going through a typical morning makeup routine. Get ready with me for a work day. I work in an office. I have a regular 9 to 5 full-time job throughout the week, Monday through Friday. So this is a makeup look that I would wear to work on a daily basis, along with an outfit that I have picked out. So if you want to see how I create my everyday makeup look for working in an office and the type of outfit that I wear, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is what we are working with in the morning. Clean slate. I already did all my skincare. Just a quick run through in the morning. I usually do some of this Derma E Scar Gel just on my acne scars and let that sink in for a couple minutes. Then I've been using this Ola Henriksen Vitamin C cream. I usually use some sort of vitamin C in the morning. I'm just working through some of my samples in my collection right now. And then I finish off with a lightweight moisturizer. My favorite is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel. My only complaint with this is that it does not have a built-in SPF, and that's something that I think I need to start adding now that we're getting into the summer months. So this jar is almost empty, but once I use this up, I think I will switch to a moisturizer that has an SPF built in. So if you have any recommendations, let me know. But now that my skincare is done, I'm just gonna jump into my face of makeup for a typical workday. I usually don't do anything too involved, and it usually takes me about 20 to 25 minutes in the morning to do my makeup, but that includes I'm also like getting dressed in between and like doing stuff, so I don't know. I don't think it's that long for me. But I'm going to be using my ABH Soft Glam palette. This is in my Shop My Stash everyday makeup drawer right now. So I'm just going to go in with this burnt orange shade for my crease. On a typical workday, I most of the time don't put on an eyeshadow primer. I don't feel like I need one, but every now and then if I know I'm going to do something right after work, maybe I will, just because I will have my makeup on for longer and be seeing people, so I want it to last longer. But on a typical day, I don't do eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to go in with this Sienna shade and just kind of darken up the outer corner. Again, nothing too crazy. I do work in just a regular office, so not trying to go overboard with any makeup looks typically. I do wake up relatively early. I start work every day at 6:30, and that's me going into the office. So I'm at my office by 6:30. Some people think I'm a little crazy, but I like getting there so early. Then I'm kind of alone for the first probably 45 minutes of my day, and that's a really good time to just kind of catch up on emails and make a schedule for my day before other people start rolling in and I get distracted. So then for my all over shade color, I'm just going to take this glistening shade. Sometimes I'll switch between the glistening and the pink one over here, but today I'm just going to do the glistening. It's a little bit lighter. But yeah, since I get to work at 6:30, it then also means I get to leave earlier than most people. So I typically leave work around 3 o'clock every day, which is super nice because then I have the whole afternoon to run errands, work out, a lot of times before a lot of other people are off of work. So I kind of beat the crowd and the traffic a little bit. And it's also, I made that change, I don't know, a couple years ago. It was before the pandemic. And I think it's also just really helped with my mental health because I didn't have time in the afternoon to do things when it's slightly less crowded. So it makes me feel like I have a little bit more time in my day, or a little bit more control of what I do in my day. So I'm just gonna go back into that burnt orange shade very lightly and just blend. All right, that's pretty much the eye look. All that's left is some liner. So I will typically switch between just doing a powder liner, like using this brown shade in here, or I will use my Fenty Fly Liner in brown. So I'm gonna use that today. So that's it, nothing crazy. I don't do like a winged liner or anything, just a little bit to define the look in the lash line. So that's pretty much it for the eyes before we go into mascara, which is usually my last step. So moving on to face, like I said, I already did my skincare, and what I should have done is do my primer as well and let that sink in for a minute, but I forgot. But I'm just using up this little sample of the Estee Lauder Futurist primer. Just a little sample, I don't think there's that much left. I do typically use a face primer every day, not an eyeshadow primer, but I do use a face primer. I just feel like with certain ones, it's just an extra layer of like moisture. I do think they do help your foundation lay a little smoother and sometimes blend a little better. So I let the primer sink in for a couple of minutes, and now I'm back to do my foundation. I'm going to be using my Project Pan foundation, the Bite Beauty Changemaker. Again, I mean, I still have quite a ways to go on this, but ideally, since we're getting into the summer months, I either want my moisturizer to start having SPF or my foundation to have a little bit of SPF. We'll just use what we have today. I can't tell how much more I have of this. You can see I've been able to squeeze the sides down, but I feel like a lot of it is air. I don't know, we'll see. Then I'm just gonna use an EcoTools foundation blending brush, and on a typical work day, I tend to do a pretty light layer. Like what I put on today was maybe a little more than I normally would, because I was kind of talking while I was doing it, but I usually do a pretty light layer of this. It's almost getting to the point where this is a little light for me, which when I started, I felt like it was maybe like half a shade too dark. I'm interested to know how most other people do their makeup on a daily basis. I've kind of always done my eyeshadow first and then my foundation, just because it gives my skincare and stuff a little bit more time to sink in. But then also if there does happen to be any fallout or I mess up my eyes and want to like wipe it off and start again, I don't like have to wipe off my entire face. Or if there's any fallout, you can sweep it away and cover it up with the base products. But I'm interested to know what most people do on like a daily basis. Alright, so that is the foundation. Now we're going to move on to concealer. I'm using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I just use this for everything. I just dot a little bit under my eyes, around my nose where I tend to get a little red, and then anywhere that I feel like I need some extra coverage. The Bite foundation is semi-light coverage. I don't even know if I would say it's medium. So do put a little bit of concealer on certain areas that the foundation doesn't cover. And again, this concealer is almost getting a little too light for me right now, but I'm able to still make it work. Especially for under the eyes, it is quite brightening, which I like, which I definitely need at like 6:30 in the morning. Not that anybody else is at work to see me, but it makes me feel a little more awake. So next is powder. I always set my base makeup, the liquid products, with a powder. So I'm using my Project Pan Catrice Mattifying Powder. I'm not going to show you the pan because I don't want to ruin the update that is coming, I believe, next week. Still using this powder. I will say it does an okay job at actually mattifying, but I'm not gonna lie, not gonna be super sad when this is gone. So that is my face powdered. And even though this Catrice powder is the translucent shade, I still feel like it adds like almost a little bit of like a white cast or something to my face, because I feel like I always look even more pale after I put it on. So not my favorite, but still using it and going strong. So then what I've been doing is using another Project Pan item. It's the middle powder in my Hourglass palette. I'll show you this just because it's harder to explain. Just using this shade. It's part of my project pan. I know it's going to take me quite a while to use it up. So what I've been doing is I'm taking a big kabuki brush and just like lightly tapping it in there, and then I just very lightly press it on the high points of my face. So just kind of right on my cheekbone, and then I do a little bit across my forehead. I feel like it's hard to see. I don't think it adds like a ton of much, but it kind of starts to add like a base of a highlight right here before I do the rest of my face. And it's just a way to kind of, you know, lightly keep using this so that I can eventually use it up. So next for bronzer, because we really need that because we were looking pale, I'm going to be using my other Project Pan item, my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Again, not going to show you the pan because I don't want to ruin the update for next week, but it's just a nice everyday bronzer. Been a really good color for right now, and I am happy that I am kind of beginning to use this up. It's been in my collection for quite a long time. It's one of my oldest bronzers, so I think that's been the best part about project panning, is it's kind of given me more of a reason to focus on particular products. Like, I've always known that I like this bronzer. I've always known that it's one of my oldest ones, but to actually focus on it solely, or pretty much solely, for a period of time, you know, it's been nice to have it be part of a project in order to do that, and to kind of see the growth of the pan and enjoy using it every day as part of my everyday routine. We'll blend all that later. I know it looks a little crazy, but first I'm gonna do blush. I have been using the new Essence The Blush. I have the shade Believing. This is a really nice blush. It's very inexpensive at Ulta. I think full price it's only like $2.99 or something, and I even got it on sale at one point for like $1.50 or something. I don't know. It's definitely worth it even full price. It's just a nice, this is my favorite kind of blush shade, just a nice like neutral pink. So we're just gonna put this on the cheeks. I think as we get more and more into summer, I might be interested in trying out the like sunburn blush look, but I'm a little hesitant right now. So we'll just stick with the traditional blush application. So I know that looks like a lot, but now I just take a blending brush and blend. I know this probably is still more makeup than a lot of people probably wear to work on a regular basis. It really helps me to really feel put together and like to feel kind of good about myself. My office is generally, I don't know, we're business casual, but we probably lean a little more to the casual side than the business side. Especially in the department I work in, I'm not as public facing on a day-to-day basis, but of course if it's a day where I'm gonna have a meeting with someone, even internally, or I have external people coming that I'm gonna be talking to or meeting with, then I will obviously dress more on the business side. But I'll show you my outfit in a little bit, and I think it's kind of a good combination of the two, and that's typically what I wear probably 80% of the time to work, and I'm very grateful for that. I used to think when I was like in college and grad school that it would be super fun to have one of those office jobs where like I had to wear like a suit or a skirt every day and like heels and like have a really nice professional wardrobe, but now that I'm in it, I'm kind of like, I'd rather just be comfortable yet put together at the same time. So I think that is pretty blended. So then what I do is set my face with a setting spray. I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Spray. This is one of my favorites. So while that setting spray is kind of sinking in, I'm going to do my lips and mascara and stuff. So first I'm just going to use the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade White Peach. It's just a nice neutral lip color that adds a little bit of shine, and it's also great to throw in my purse because I don't need a mirror to reapply it during the day. So I've been switching between this and my Project Pan lipstick. So I feel like they both are similar. I don't really feel like I need a mirror to put either one of them on, but today we're gonna go with this one. For my brows on a typical day, I just used my e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel. I don't necessarily think it does the best of like filling in, but it kind of helps bring a little bit more control. So it does bring a little bit more filling in than I kind of think it does sometimes. That's pretty much all I do for brows. Then for mascara, curl my lashes and do my e.l.f. Lash and Roll. So that is the mascara and the eyes completely finished. The last step, which I don't do this every day, but again, I will go back into the Hourglass middle powder and I will just very lightly highlight again. Not trying to go crazy. But it's just a way to kind of add a little bit more brightness if I feel like I need that, and to incorporate this into my everyday makeup look. All right, so that is the completed makeup look that I typically do for a regular day of work. It's a little bit maybe more than some people would do, but also, I mean, it takes me 15 to 20 minutes every morning, so pretty ideal for me. So now I'm going to show you an outfit that I would typically wear for a regular day of work. So before I show you the whole outfit all together, we'll go over the jewelry I typically wear every day. I usually wear these two gold hoops. Both of them are from Electric Pix. I do have a link down below where you can click and get a little bit of money off your order. So I just wear both sets of hoops in both ears. I occasionally, instead of this second circle hoop, I will wear these triangle, oops, they're so small. These triangle hoops type Huggies that I just got from Amazon. So I'll link these below too. Those are nice and kind of small and dainty. And then I do have a piercing up here, but I just keep the same little gold stud up here, so nothing special. My necklace stack, I typically pick a necklace stack and stick with it for a couple months. So this has been mine recently. This top chain is also from Electric Pix. I don't know if you can get this exact one anymore, but you can get one very similar. Again, that will be linked below. I have my little safety pin necklace. This is from Amazon. I will link this below. And then I have my initial pendant necklace from Kate Spade. So I will try to link that as well. My shoes, which will be kind of hard to see when I do the full shot, I usually just wear something like this, these loafer type shoes. These are from Target. I think they're a New Day brand. I got these sometime in the fall, so I don't know if they're still available, but I will try to link them on target.com. I don't really do a lot with my hair. I should probably be starting to get a little better at that. I just am always at a loss for what to do with styling my hair for a work day. So most days, if I feel like I need it, I'll just do a little bit of dry shampoo. I've been using the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak. This is super inexpensive and has been working really well. So I will now show you the rest of my outfit and the top and bottom that I am choosing to wear today that kind of goes to the like casual but still nice side of things. So the cardigan I'm wearing today is from Zara. It's just a navy blue and white striped cardigan with tortoise buttons. You just saw my loafers. Underneath, I'm just wearing a simple Madewell pocket tank. My jeans are the Pistola brand, which you can get at Nordstrom, and I usually like to wear the cardigan open. Thank you all so much for watching this week's video. I hope it was helpful and kind of relatable. Like I've said before, I just kind of make videos for fun, but I still have a full-time 9-to-5 job through the week. So this was just kind of an idea of what I do for my makeup every day, real life, the kind of outfit I would wear to work on a regular basis, and I hope that was helpful and interesting. And please give this video a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video for my Project Pan update. Bye guys.